Hey Neil, welcome to the Community Living Golf event. Just want to give you an opportunity here to view your swing at regular speed. Let that play through a few more times, put you back in your dress position, and then we'll go ahead and take a look at a few things for you. So while we got you back here in your setup, setup looks good. Spine is straight, not a slight tilt. Legs come down into a nicely unlocked position. Arms hang down nice and naturally out in front of you. Club works out to the ball, so pretty good posture there. Also in association with some good balance. Next thing we want to observe is your alignment. We can see your feet sort of aiming in this direction here. Theoretically, club face is supposed to run parallel to your feet. Parallel lines on camera would have an appearance of converging. So you're pretty much set up right down the left center of the fairway. So no real issues there as well. Let's go ahead and do a little split screen comparison here between you and Brandt Snedeker. We'll flip Snedeker over to left-handed to mirror image you, and we've got some color-coded lines up on the screen just as a reference point, so we can visually see how the club's supposed to swing relative to swing plane. As Snedeker draws the golf club back, he creates good shoulder rotation, bringing his arms and hands back as well as the club. Nice one-piece takeaway through to here. At this point in time, he's going to continue to rotate, but he's going to start to establish a good wrist hinge, whereby he's going to allow the club to transition from below his hands to being above his hands. And at this point in time, he's going to continue to turn, working the club from red up towards yellow. When we finally set the club at the top of the backswing, the right arm and the club are on the yellow line. We have full shoulder rotation, and we do this about a very stable left leg, keeping the weight on the instep of that left foot. As we watch you draw the golf club back, excellent initial move here, rotating your shoulders, drawing your arms and hands back in club. Club's coming back, camouflaged on perfect swing plane here. Looks really, really good through here. As we continue to turn, got to get some wrist hinge into play, which you do. Fantastic, club still on perfect plane. And as we continue to work that golf club up to the top, you set that golf club in a really, really nice position. Right arm on the yellow line with the club shaft, full turn, stable left side, weight on the inside. Rotating on your axis without changing the elevation of that spine looks really, really good through here. As we create our transition back in the golf ball, simply want to move our weight from our left to our right, drive our knees and our hips to the target, unwind the core and fire the hands. And in doing so, we need to make sure the golf club's moving from yellow back down on top of red. And that's exactly what we see here with Brandt Snedeker. The golf club has returned right back to being on plane. The other thing we want to point out is the relationship between the lead forearm and the golf club. I refer to this as a check mark position. Simply means that the club head is remaining above and behind the hands, and we're retaining angle coming into the hitting zone, which is going to allow us to maximize our distance. And as well as we've already duly noted, the golf club has returned back to plane, so this is going to allow us to also hit the ball straight in accordance to our alignment. As we watch you create your transition into the ball, good drop into the hands and arms, looks really nice here, and by the time we get to pre-impact, you got a really good position whereby we look at your lead forearm and the golf club. You have your check mark position, club head is above and behind the hands, you're retaining angle. The only thing we don't see at this point is that the club has not fully returned back to the red line, and we can also see that the shaft of the club at this point in time is just a hair more steep of the original red line. So we're sitting here at about 51 degrees, and meanwhile if the club head were over here, the club shaft would be sitting at 41 degrees. It would be a little bit more laid off and a little bit more in a power position. As we continue to track into the ball, we simply want to just continue to follow the club head. We can see with Snedeker that he just simply comes into the golf ball directly from this red line, directly from plane. And this is what's going to allow him to hit the golf ball straight, again in accordance to his alignment, assuming the club face squares up via having a good grip. Let's take a look at your club coming into the ball here. Club now drops down slightly underneath the plane, so no issues right here. You're looking really good coming into the golf ball, and you're simulating a very nice plane or very close to it. So you should be able to hit a pretty good quality golf shot here. I mean, you're aimed well, you're bringing the club down on plane. We didn't get a really good vantage point of your grip because we have to look at that from face on. So that might be something we want to take a look at. But as you're coming into the ball here, it looks like the club head is a little bit high. Looks like you might be getting ready to hit the bottom sort of sole of the club. And club face club face doesn't fully look like it squares up. So it looks like we block the ball out to the left a little, hit it low on the face, and we don't get a lot of trajectory. And yeah, that's exactly what we see here. We see the ball heading a little bit left of where you're aimed, very low trajectory, and it looks like it's going to stay out there. So let me go back to your dress position here for a second. Yeah, you know what? If we had a camera on you from face on, it looks like your golf ball, the position of it, is too far back in your stance. So with a driver, basically that ball should be up off your front heel. So if the golf ball were up just off the inside of your right foot, that will allow the club face more opportunity to square up. Right now I just don't think your club face is having enough time to square up to get the ball online relative to where you're aimed. The other thing too is we can't be afraid to tee the ball up high. And then just make sure that the club is resting on its back sole. We're maintaining the loft of the club. So if we get that ball positioned a little bit more forward, tee the ball up higher, then the club face will have opportunity to square up, and you'll also, if the ball's teed up higher, you'll be able to get that ball higher up on the face of the club as opposed to hitting it low, and you'll definitely add a lot of trajectory to your golf shot, maximize your distance to be able to hit the ball on line relative to where you're aimed, because now the club face will have the ability to square up as well. Anyways, let's watch you move through. Excellent motion through to the finish. I mean, you could get up on the toe of your left foot a little bit more, maybe even let that foot drag a hair. You can see with Snedeker here, we can see all the spikes in his shoe of that left foot. So you're just a little limited with full movement in your left footwork here, but nonetheless, you do get through to a good finish. Overall, you got a great golf swing. You set up really well. You bring that golf club back very, very nicely. You set the club excellent. You come down on a really good plane, drive through to the finish. It's just unfortunate that club face isn't squaring up and you're hitting it low on the face there. And again, if I were to watch your golf swing from face on, I think we see that the ball's teed up a little too low. Also looks like the ball's not far enough forward in your stance. So those would be the first two things we'd look at, and then hopefully that would square the face up and add trajectory to your golf shot, and you can hit the ball a lot more on line with a lot better launch angle. Okay? Anyways, if at any point in time you ever want to work on any of this stuff, I'm over at Glen Abbey in Oakville. Feel free to give me a call. Also, if you're involved with any golf tournaments at all and you're looking to provide a unique gift to the participants, you can certainly feel free to contact me as well. All my contact information is at the end of the video, and you can reach me by email or phone. Anyways, I hope you had a great day. Hope you enjoyed getting an opportunity to see your swing on video, and I hope you have a great summer, and maybe we'll hear from you.